they had like two kinds of mame, and they were like, do you want me to describe the coffee bean flavor? Because I kind of knew what I was talking about. So they sensed it. They wanted to talk about coffee, but I think I said no. ごめんなさい。
嫌です。
嫌です。大丈夫です。間に合ってます。
ありがとうございます。
No, man. I don't even know. I think my body just thinks that even fake melon at this point is just melon.
そんなに美味しくないもんね。
メロン美味しいよ。We just saw Nico in Korea, actually, with 3 children. And Day was there, and it was great. We went to the Suizokan. Maybe there's a picture that we upload. But yeah, so that's kind of why he's not here today. And we have guests Ty and Caleb.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Did you guys have coffee this morning?
I did not, although that's very sad considering that this is the pot coffee episode. I should have. What am I doing? Why do we not have our coffee?
Yeah, where's
What's
my
going
coffee?
Same. Yeah, I didn't have coffee either.
Wait a second.
Shoot, what are we doing?
We're hinting. Oh, God.
We're imposters.
We're imposters. No. I went to the normal like mame shop that I go to, like the coffee bean shop. And he was like, oh, sorry, we just turned the machine off. So like, come back another day.
Me too.
No.
Wait, when? Yeah.
I went yesterday.
one?
Yeah, kino no yoru. The one with like the buckets and beans and stuff.
Honto?
This one, this shop. With all the buckets and they roast it.
Daimyo no hito.
Yeah. Daimyo ni aru yatsu. And
no.
I went yesterday and they were like, 電源を落とした。電源を落としましたので、大丈夫です。
Cries.
That place is Tekito open, so.
True. They do have, I actually have a picture right here. 営業時間、適当。年中ほぼ無給。
Yeah, I've never seen that before this one either.
I know.
I love
it's
it.
So great.
Also, Tekito is in English for some reason. Like, romaji.
Yeah.
Nande romaji?
Nande? Yeah. So, like, tekito is like, just who cares, whenever.
Which is funny, the word tekito can mean either specific or super not specific.
Yeah, it's
depending
both.
on context.
It has different meanings.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then nenju mukyu is like open all year. And then they add the hobo, which is like almost open all year. It's perfect. I love it.
This is the good kind of coffee shop, though. If you're going to be shopping for coffee in Japan, this is what you want to find.
Yes.
It's very true. They also serve coffee. This one does, at least.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did say he'll give me sabisu next time I come.
Oh,
Hey.
Because he couldn't help me out yesterday. So,
he's nice. He's a
Yeah.
nice,
I believe that.
nice fellow. He likes to chat with us every time we go in.
yeah, it's really fun.
Which, that's how you know you found a good baisen, is what they're called, right?
Like baisen-ya, maybe?
Baisen-ya. The other one that we go to, I don't have a picture of that one, but that one has the name of what it is, I think, on it.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, look. Hey, that's the word.
Baisen-ya. Roasting shop?
Roaster. Okay, but this person is like, let me pour it in these beakers and test all the flavors out. And then all of the flavors are so accurate and pinpointed. It's kind of crazy.
This guy is legit.
The notes that comes with
super
it.
nice.
Yeah.
You have one, don't you, Ty?
I have a card that, I can show. So you can see it says Baisen-ya on the back here. It has the flavor, the fumi. So this one is bergamotto and lavender.
Bergamotto wa? What is bergamotto?
Bergamotto is a root, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, wakaru? I don't know.
I don't know.
I know bergamotto is also like one of those babu, like those bath bombs.
Oh, hey. Bergamot.
That's all I know. It's got like a root or herb kind of.
Interesting.
Bergamotto.
Wait. I'm only getting citrus fruit.
Oh.
Sounds about right. Maybe it's citrus fruit. I don't know. I've actually never looked it up.
just assumed it was a root. Let's go.
Yeah, it's mecha boko boko citrus fruit. Sounds like a root name.
It sounds right. Bergamotto orange. Bergamot orange. I mean,
Bergamot.
I
There,
guess,
Yeah.
I guess it's an orange.
I guess get rolled.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, shoot.
美味しいのかな?
Alright.
I wonder if it's actually good to eat. Or it's just so
Super
romantic.
soul.
Yeah,
Super
it looks kind of
スパソ
スパソーね。
めっちゃスパ
ね、どうな
ソ
んだろ
酸っぱいのが美味しいね。
It's like, it looks like a sour orange. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the fumi, which is like the flavor they have it as. And then there's the baisendo, which is the roast level. So this was 4 out of 10 medium.
う. Wait, it's out of 10? It's not out of 7.
This one's out of 10.
Aw,
the other shop's
shoot.
out of 7 or nana, right?
うん.
So I guess
Yeah.
it varies depending on the shop.
Yeah, it's like 4 out of 7.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think they're different scales because the other, well, they use the same scale. Like when you go to the coffee shops and you get to get your beans, there's going to be like the different roast levels, and they have they have names. There's like, it goes from light to, I think, full city or Italian, I think is on the far right side.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think there's 8 levels. Both of them use the same scale. Yeah, that's them.
Okay.
When it comes to that, but this shop doesn't do what that Baisenya does in Kego, which that one has the card that has the stars, and that's that guy who has his little beaker, and he like personally rates them on his own scale of 10. It's actually not the same thing as this roast scale that goes from 1 to 8. They actually also use that same 1 to 8 scale, and that label is maybe not on that card. It's like somewhere. I've seen it though at that place where they still say like if it's a city roast or if it's like a full city or Italian or cinnamon, whatever.
Okay.
So it's kind of confusing, I guess, that there's 2 scales.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I personally like light roast to medium roasts generally, unless I'm eating something on my, and then I like a dark roast. Like a full city or to Italian even.
Makes sense. I got to do that. I've been making pancakes recently
Oh, shoot.
Hey.
and having coffee with it. Like, it's not bitter enough.
Yeah, you need that dark roasto.
I
for that.
do.
If you drink a light or even a medium with sweet things like pancakes or whatever, it's like it's not bad, but it's just a little too much, I think.
Yeah, it kind of like takes over the coffee taste.
Yeah.
I want to keep the coffee flavor somehow.
I like drinking the lighter roasts or like medium to light when I'm just kind of like want to drink coffee. But if I'm going to pair my coffee with something, then it's going to be from medium to dark, like almost every time. Yeah.
なるほど.
Yeah. But dark coffee by itself, unless you're just in the mood, it can feel like too much, I feel. Yeah.
Caleb, the coffee expert over here.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's why you brought me on, right?
Yeah, that's why you're here.
What was the first exposure you got to coffee growing up?
First exposure to coffee? That's a wild question.
You know, I watched this video about like coffee in Japan the other day. And they were like, there was no market for coffee. And so they created the market by putting it in snacks and like okashi. So like Kit Kat had like the cafe ore or whatever flavored Kit Kats, and that's how they got people into the coffee flavor. Then they started getting into coffee after that. So I think for me, I never really drank too much coffee, but I think I might have eaten snacks.
I want to say like you didn't drink coffee until you met us, I feel like.
Yeah. Because when we worked at the office in Hakata, I drank it maybe like twice, and it was kankohi.
Right.
Yeah, this bosukohi. It was this rainbow one with milk and sugar or something in it too, probably.
I would always drink the buraku though.
Yeah, that's a distraction. We got to get to canned coffee next, right? But the question, that's a whole topic, right?
That was kind of my first exposure though. Like I had like when I was a kid, like maybe I took a sip from like my parents' coffee a few times, and I was like,
This is gross.
So yeah. So I never got into it. I was always into tea more until recently.
I've always liked tea, tea too, but coffee. And I think also in Japan too, if you do go over to someone's house and then you eat a meal or something and then they have dessert, they'll be like, "Kohi ka ocha iru?" mitaina. Do you want coffee or tea? And then my mom, if she's there, she would say like, I might want some decaf if you have some. And then so I think that was kind of my introduction to kohi. But I don't think they had super fresh beans or anything ever. They as in like anywhere that I went. So I think it's that introduction to great beans and coffee flavors was only recently.
I think my first coffee, excuse me, coffee memory was, it's like, I'm probably like 3 years old, and it's in the church that we went to when I was a kid, because there's always the church coffee, and it was in these like white styrofoam cups with these massive, like always boiling, probably like a vat, probably like a Folgers coffee, which is like instant coffee.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like gritty and bitter.
And then you put the hazelnut cream in there.
So.
Yeah.
All right, hazelnut cream sounds good though.
Yeah, amasugiru.
Okay.
It's fine if you
Too sweet.
haven't experienced
Like
yummy coffee.
if you haven't had
okay.
chanto oishii coffee, then maybe it's good. But like if you're drinking like Folgers from a vat, you gotta put that in there. Which like I just remember it being really hot, and I went to grab some when I was like really young, and I spilled it on myself.
No.
Did you get a
Did those
burn?
stop? Did
Those
you
are
burn
hot.
yourself?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being bad of a burn, but I just remember that like the coffee was hot, the vat was hot, the liquid was hot.
Bad experience.
Hey, what? I don't know. I don't remember it being like overall negative. I just remember being like, oops. So I don't think it must not have been a bad burn. It must have been like either
Just a little.
like it like splashed on some of my things, but not like on my skin, or the coffee had been sitting out for a while. I just remember it spilling on me, but I don't remember like it being like scalding hot. So it must not have been that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably like my earliest memory with coffee. Then after that, my parents always just drank a lot of coffee, just so it was always around. So I used to like steal the creamers and pour it in there when I was like 7 or something.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was probably drinking mostly creamer.
Okay.
Until I realized that didn't taste good. Yeah. I think that's kind of it. I would drink coffee off and on. I used to make lattes in high school, actually. At one point, I wanted to be a barista, like for like a part-time baito, like a Starbucks. I wanted to work at Starbucks. I actually applied even, but I, for some reason, didn't take the job because I think I got a different one. Anyway, that's my coffee experiences. I used to make espresso a lot because my parents had an espresso machine. Yeah. But then like me getting like into coffee as like a kind of like a hobby and learning about drip coffee and such was just before we moved to Japan when I lived in Washington. Yeah.
When one of your friends came and we went to the Seattle market, and there was a coffee. I can't talk now. A coffee section.
Coffee.
And we tasted good coffee. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then that person was nice. And then we took that friend and we drove to the actual shop and bought some, I think.
Yeah. Ooh. We went to because they were a roaster. It was a coffee roaster. Yeah. It was also like a cafe, which is really common in the US. Like in the US, I've never seen a baisenya that's just a baisenya, and the only thing they sell is mame.
Oh, okay.
Like, I've never seen it. It probably exists, but I never seen it. But I have seen the ones where it's like a cafe combo with a baisenya. There was one near the apartment that we lived at just before we moved back to Japan as well. Though I don't know if I ever tried their coffee. Maybe once.
I had their drip coffee. It was good.
Oh.
Yeah.
They had like 2 kinds of mame, and they were like, do you want me to describe the coffee bean flavor? Because I kind of knew what I was talking about by then, kind of. So they sensed it. They wanted to talk about coffee, but I think I said no. Yeah, this. I know this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my god.
But I think like since moving back to Japan is when I've been getting like way more into coffee again.
Even just on our street, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Tenji and that area 5, 6, just bean places that you can get super fresh beans from.
That's the thing.
Just 1 roasted in front of you sometimes, or 2, it's
like the day before.
I don't know, like a couple days, maybe a week.
Right.
Yeah. Like this place that we looked at before, this does like, they're always roasting beans, but usually it's like the day before
typically. Yeah.
When it's roasted.
They sell it like the day before beans.
Yeah. Versus what this place, they roast it in front of you.
Yep.
And then that's when you have good conversations with everyone.
Yeah.
So
But what
both are
happens
good.
if you buy the super fresh beans?
What do you, like when you roast it, when you make the coffee?
Yeah.
Like, why is the fresh beans important? Is that the question?
Yes.
Fukuramu.
Fukuramu.
They
Ooh,
expand.
what?
They bubble out.
Yeah. In English, it's called the bloom. That's how you know you got good. So if you want to buy coffee beans and you can't see the roast date, don't buy those beans because you don't know. It's not going to be good. That's the sign of good coffee if it's got the roast date on the package, and they shouldn't be ground. So it's like don't buy already ground because then you have no idea when it was done. Unless you see that what the roast date was and you see them grinded in front of you, then it's okay.
You need to
That's
grind
like
it yourself.
Thai-mite.
That's the real way.
Yeah.
We're gonna gatekeep coffee here, and that's the real way.
The good thing though, like this is actually you guys got me this for my birthday.
Yeah.
That's what got me into coffee.
Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu. But you can actually get a really cheap grinder from like Daiso, and it works just as well. I'm sure.
That's fake news, but we'll
Fake
let it pass.
news, maybe.
You
but
can
it
start
works.
with it.
It works.
You can grind beans
You can
with
start
it.
if you want to.
Yes.
Yeah, you can start really cheap.
100%. You don't have to go all in when you start, for sure.
Yes.
The question that they ask if you want your beans grounded versus if you want mame is a hard one to catch sometimes too, though.
It confused me the first time I heard it. I was in there and I'm like, nani?
Yeah.
It's,
what do they normally ask for that?
I think it's
Mame no mama?
Mame no mama.
Mame no mama de ii desu ka?
Mame no mama de ii desu ka?
Hikimasu ka? Do you want
それ
it?
も yeah, hikimasu ka?
Do you want it grounded?
Yeah.
I think I usually get mame no mama.
If they say mame no mama desu ka and then you like freeze, then they'll say hikimasu ka?
Oh yeah, then they'll
right after
Grindo?
it.
Yeah, sometimes.
And then they might try grindo.
Yeah. Yes.
Mame de. Mame is
Yeah.
beans. Mama is just
The
how it
same.
is.
As as is.
Yeah, as is.
Beans as is kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I order mame no mame de onegaishimasu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently it's tastier that way. I haven't had like bad coffee since I've
Right.
gotten into coffee, so I don't know like
You
it's
don't know.
good. Oh wait, no. I had
Never had
some
Oh, yeah?
like automatic coffee from like some machine
Oh.
recently, and it was like, yeah, okay, I understand the difference a little bit.
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had tadoiba canned coffee, kankohi. I haven't had that, so I don't know. I'm sure it's a lot worse than I remember now. I don't know.
Do you know, sometimes though, speaking of canned coffee, it's just a certain mood, and
Yeah.
even though
Sure,
you
it's
may
fine.
have delicious coffee that you can just make in your house, sometimes you just get
want a
struck.
bosu kohi,
You gotta
man?
get a bosu
Yeah.
kohi.
Yeah.
You gotta bosu ni naru, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, is bosu kohi a dark roast or light roast? 'Cause
It's a dark roast.
It
Dark
feels
roast.
dark, right? And it's
Yeah.
bitter.
Almost
true.
most coffee that's not like that you're not like paying attention to is going to be dark. Almost like
Not paying
it's easier, I think, to get just generally coffee flavored dark coffee. So I think most roasts that you find out in the wild that aren't like someone is paying attention to their beans or their roast, it's just going to be dark coffee. Like you go to Starbucks, dark coffee.
It's also easier to add sweeteners or like
Exactly.
flavors, I think, too.
Oh yeah, because it holds like the coffee flavor more.
Well, it's just that again, if it's bitter,
stronger.
which dark coffee is bitter, you want to put sweet sugar
pairs
in it.
with
You need to put the sugar in. So a lot of people like their coffee drinks like lattes or whatever they have nowadays at Starbucks, and usually it's like loaded with sugar, right? Got to have that dark coffee, otherwise it's too much.
I see.
Yeah.
But ライトローストの方がカフェイン入ってたりはする。
そうね。
Oh, there's more caffeine in like a light roast than a dark roast? Really?
Yeah.
So if you want that kick, you go for the light roast.
Go for the light. Okay. I actually the other day I had some coffee without eating lunch. It was my first time because I always skip breakfast. It was my first time drinking coffee without having lunch, and like an hour later, I was like out of my mind.
Zooming.
Oh my god, what is going on?
I can see time.
Yeah. Oh, it's so crazy.
Yeah. It'd be like that. When you
Yeah.
get the fresh beans and you make drip coffee yourself,
Yeah.
that stuff is strong.
Yeah.
It can be
'cause it was like a
strong.
light roast too. It was like a 3 out of 10 or something. No, it was actually that coffee with the thing I showed. It was a 4 out of 10. So
Gotcha. It's a middle.
it says medium, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's lighter medium.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I was bound to bounce off the walls. But I think we need to talk about like all the types of coffee that maybe someone's coming here like as a tourist in Japan.
Okay.
Right. Okay. If you live in Japan, yeah, go to some cool coffee shops and stuff. But if you are here as a tourist in Japan, what are your coffee options?
アメリカンコーヒー。
アメリカンコーヒーって何ですか?
American coffee. Okay, I think Nico and I looked it up once. It said, okay, I will look it up after I say this, but I think if I remember correctly, it said that it was watered down coffee.
Can I explain to you what this is? I do know what this is, in fact.
Oh, Caleb knows.
Okay, in English, and at least in the United States, I don't know about outside of there, I guess, but it's Americano, or Americano is what it's called.
That's actually different.
Americano is different from American coffee.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, you will see both.
An Americano is when you have you take the coffee and then you put the water in it.
Yeah, but that is called Americano in Japanese versus American coffee is like a menu item in a cafe. What is it?
American coffee は普通のドリップコーヒーにお湯を入れて薄めたもの。カフェアメリカーノはエスプレッソをお湯で薄めたもの。So it's normal coffee versus espresso.
So one is diluted drip coffee and the other one is diluted espresso.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
That is fair enough.
Okay, so
Makes
they're
enough sense.
the same thing. but one is espresso and one is not. So the espresso one, the Americano, is probably going to be a little bit stronger. Probably. Depending on the ratios, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. What's the ratio here?
Yeah. Guess depends on the
well,
shop.
I guess you can go get your American coffee or your Americano if you go to a place that serves coffee, or if you go to like Starbucks, right? You're talking about you're in Japan, you're a tourist, and you want to go get your normal coffee. If you go to a Starbucks, things are pretty much the same, except for they have some like special like tokobetsu
seasonal ones.
Gente.
Yeah, lots of seasonal stuff
limited edition stuff in here, over here, which I think that's everywhere. But what they are is often different here than what they are in other countries.
Yeah, they'll often have like sakura stuff when it's spring.
Yeah, or like matcha or like ichigo in the winter.
They have some melon coming up for summer.
Yeah,
hey.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm allergic, but go enjoy your melon coffee.
Hey.
Yeah,
but it's melon flavor. It's okay, maybe for Chie, right?
No, man. I don't even know. I think my body just thinks that even fake melon at this point is just melon.
そんなに美味しくないもんね。
でも美味しいよ。
Out of the coffee chains in Japan, which ones have you been to?
Oh, there are so many.
I've only been to Staba. I know there's Tarizu.
Yeah, there's
Tollies. I've never actually
Tollies or Tarizu. Starbucks.
Staba.
There's Dunkin' Donuts exists sometimes.
I feel like I've seen that in Tokyo.
There's
but
Mr.
not Fukuoka, maybe.
There's Mr. Donuts.
Is that coffee or donuts?
I mean,
I guess both.
Sometimes what's the difference?
Seattle coffee.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah,
Seattle's besto, じゃない? Or is it just
Seattle's
Seattle's
best.
best coffee is usually paired with the cinnamon ones too, around here at least.
Yeah, I've always seen those.
Get your
I need
Cinnabons?
to get a cinnamon bun. I still haven't. I've been here like 2.5 years. I still haven't.
It's okay.
Like, I'll get it next time.
You go to パン屋さん大丈夫.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Get
just
your-
go to
パン屋さんの方が美味しい.
Yeah, that's true.
Get your cinnamon
Bakeries
rolls
are better.
there. Dotoru mo aru yo. I remember going to Dotoru with Caleb when we first went to Japan and stayed in Tokyo. We're like, let's get some breakfast before we go on a journey today. And I think we got a little sandwich and coffee thing. I don't remember it being remarkable, so 普通?
It's like a really low cost, just like get in, get out kind of place, or sometimes there's like a spot for like doing like a quick work session in the back. I mean, they're nice, like, I don't know, fast coffee chains. It's not anything to write home about, but
Another big one is Komeda Coffee. This one you see a lot too.
I've been to Komeda Kohi.
I think that's the only one I haven't been to out of this list so far.
Wait, we should go to the one that's on the corner.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. But this is the kanji for kohi.
Oh yeah. You'll actually see the kanji for kohi a lot.
Yeah. I have seen Hoshino Kohi.
I've never been to Hoshino Kohi though.
Hoshino, I haven't. I don't know.
I think there's one in Nakata in the Fukuoka area at least.
Oh.
Yeah, so far I haven't been to Hoshino or Kameda, but I've been to all the other ones on the list.
Okay. So all the ones that you've been to, I've never been to, and I've been to the only one that you like haven't been to.
Starbucks is like the big one though. They're just everywhere. Oh, Beroche, was that was?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Beroche, we've been to that.
There's one in Tenjin or something, right?
Yeah. Well, there's one in Akasaka. Those are pretty common too.
Those are common here.
They also serve pasta typically. It's like coffee, tea, and then like pastas.
Oh, it's a セルフサービス形式のコーヒーショップである。へー。
Oh.
Am I thinking of something different then?
You might be just thinking about the Dottoru one. I don't know. I haven't been to mostly.
I've seen
most of
Cafe
these.
Veroche has like a lot of food. They also have like hambagu, I think.
Right? There's one up the street that we were at when we first moved back, I think. Oh, Pronto. Been there as well. I think Pronto is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
It's 11 out of all of these coffee places. Starbucks was 7.
Oh, shoot. Starbucks is better?
Apparently, according to this list.
Also, there's just the kombini kohi, and there's all kinds there. But here's something really surprising to me. If you're going to get the kohi and you don't like your kohi to be watered down, get the smaller ones, like the cans, because if you get the large one, it tastes like
it's probably American coffee.
Just so watered down. I think it's American kohi.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Or the ones that have like excessive milk in them, not a fan. But if that's the way you like your coffee, then that's what you have to do. But if you want it to be like actually taste like coffee, then the can kohi, the black boss is the best. And then followed by I think it's is it the Georgia one?
Is it you like the Georgia one?
No, it's not the Georgia one. It's the one that just says black on it.
なんだっけね?
Yeah, they're made by like Asahi, Suntory, Coke, and Kirin. Each of them has one.
Bosu, Tarizu.
Oh, the UCC. That one. That one's
UCC. Oh.
Yeah. If there's no Bosu Braku, then this one is the second best option.
Yeah.
And the cans are slightly smaller than normal cans that you might be used to as well.
They're pretty cute.
They are. They're like miniature can size.
Yeah.
And then if you want milk ones, my favorite one is the flame ones that you can see in the...
Oh, yeah, over here?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen these before, yeah.
We've gotten those before when we used to work together in the Hakata.
Yeah. Here's an important thing to look for, actually, is the muto if you want black coffee, like no sugar.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I think there's a brand named Black, but sometimes it might have sugar, so actually just look for the muto if you don't want any sugar.
Yeah.
Because even here it'll say muto kohi on this black one, but then here it'll go bito, which is like a little bit of sugar, and then if it's full sugar, it probably won't even say anything. This is cafe ore.
Cafe ore wa? You'll see cafe ore a lot. Cafe ore flavor things also exist.
I don't know.
Flavor?
Yeah, like cafe ore ice とか。カフェオレの、キットカットとか。
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have...
Hey, of course.
カフェオレキットカット。There it is.
Tai has all the Kit Katos.
If there's ever a Kit Kat flavor I've not eaten, it's an instant buy for me. I need it.
Tai is the Kit Kat gremlin over here.
Yeah, it's true. If you ever want to bribe me, just get Kit Kats. It'll be fine.